Jaipur via
Swagat.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दें।
Well, it is the first qualifier in Chennai. The winner goes through to the final, which is on Sunday. Gujarat won the toss, put Chennai into bat. Chennai has never looked in any trouble, but they also never looked to accelerate. It's been like 2 scoops of vanilla. Right? They've got to. Right? It is ice cream. There is a lot of it. But it's 2 scoops of vanilla. Right?
But
There's no chocolate sauce, there's no nuts. Seems like that with 172. They've lost 7 wickets. The highest scorer, of course, Rituraj Gaikwad, got a reprieve really early on. No ball from newcomer Darshan Narkande, and he was caught. Shubman Gill mid-wicket, but was not out because it was a no ball. He went on to get 60. They got their opening partnership again, as per usual. But after that, nothing much coming from anybody else. So 172 is where they have ended up. I'm Gaurav Kapur. This is Cricbuzz Live with me, Pommie Mbangwa and Michael Vaughan. Is that a fair summation, Pom?
yeah, 2 scoops of vanilla. I like it. I like it a lot. It doesn't take much to make me laugh, I know, but that got me going. Yeah, and yeah, sort of bland. Yes, less than we expected. We expected some sort of spark somewhere, and even that opening partnership. Perhaps it's the difficulty of the surface, and many times we'll go towards that before you go towards the bowlers bowling particularly well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's kind of where we'd start. Say that the surface maybe doesn't allow for them to play as freely as they would like. And essentially the reprieve allowed for them to make the partnership, as you say.
Yeah.
But then they didn't really kick on from there. Whilst Gaikwad was going at one end, I think Conway at the other seemed to struggle. And we were sitting in there sort of going, well, how unlucky is this for Gujarat Titans? Because they kept nicking everything and it was going off to the fence. And when they did hit it, it would be just short of fielders. Yeah, so I think it's a good comeback actually for Gujarat Titans, because it seemed then like a platform was set. And with no wickets down, you thought they might cut loose and get away and get to more than 180 or so. But they didn't. So
True. 85 for no loss, Michael, when we went on to the Combox, and we were saying, well, it's going to be 185 for sure, maybe even push towards 200, because with 10 wickets in hand, 11.5 in the back 10 is not a very big ask.
No, it's not. I mean, there's 2 things. I think the pitch is probably one that's just sticking a little bit, so it's not striking the ball. That even Gaikwad at the top of the order, who played nicely, he wasn't timing it as freely as we've seen him throughout the tournament. And the other thing's the pressure. You know, at this stage of the tournament, it's a lot harder to play with a real freedom to go out and attack, because you know that if you fail today, all right, these 2 teams know they've got another opportunity, but we're down the nitty-gritty end of the tournament, that you just know that if you have an iffy evening with the bat in hand, it could see you on your way, well, home for Chennai. It's home, isn't it? They're already at home, but for all the players to disappear home to around the world. So it's pressure, it's the pitch. I still think it's competitive. I still think it's a number on the board, and I think Chennai, having batted on it and the experience that they have, Dhoni's been out there, will know the hardest deliveries that they had to face, and I'm sure they'll bowl many of them in the second part of the game.
I mean, the thing is, vanilla is still dessert, right? So 172.
I like vanilla ice cream, by the way.
Yeah?
My favourite ice cream.
You do?
Just thought I'd let you know. Yeah.
So this
and I don't have sauce with it, so if you say
Nothing.
to me, no, I just have 2 scoops of vanilla, I like that.
it's like,
That's why he's saying it's enough.
no, yeah, but it's like Sunday dinner, isn't it?
Oh, I like a bit of that.
Yeah, see, English Sunday.
You like a full roast there, probably.
Not.
A roast and then vanilla ice cream?
Roast.
After the
Yeah,
roast?
I'd take that.
Sunday roast
that.
dinner, you know, with potatoes and peas.
Yorkshire
and
pudding.
Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding. That
Cauliflower cheese.
cauliflower cheese. There you go. It's, for me, it's got no flavour really. I'm
You can
sorry.
always add some sauce.
It's brown sauce. Yeah.
Spicy sauce,
Brown, you can
chocolate sauce,
I love
Worcestershire. What's that?
Worcester.
Or
I said it
Henderson's
correct.
relish.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, Henderson's relish.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody's
You've
relish.
no
I don't want to
idea.
eat his relish.
You've no idea what Henderson's relish is, do you?
No, I don't.
No, it's
I've
nice.
never eaten it.
Nice, Google
But
it.
I want it. Call get Henderson on the phone. Henderson, send it over.
It's just like vanilla.
Well, for the bowlers today, what was it? They won the 5, the worrying thing for Gujarat fans. Still no Hardik Pandya. But then all the wickets that went today, everybody got the wickets. And Pommie has my line from the Hindi show for that. When everybody gets a wicket, what do you call it?
Kadu katega? Saab mein
Batega.
batega.
Kaddu katega, sab mein batega. Which means everybody gets a slice of pumpkin. Pumpkin again, that's like the vanilla of vegetables, isn't it? But yeah, everybody got the wickets here today. I tell you, you say small margins, right? How much? And let me ask the bowler actually, right? What's going through the kid's head? He bowls that little no up front, get a big wicket like Rituraj. This game could have been different. This game could have been 20, 30 runs different, right? And the captain comes, puts his arm around you, has a laugh. He says, don't worry about it, kid. Keep going. But every run he gets, it's playing on your mind.
And do you know what? It was really good of Hardik Pandya. And I think that's, you kind of have that. When you have a captain who bowls, who knows what that feels like, he then also would be able to, because of his position, think about what's going on in your head as well and what's going on in the game for you. When you don't, some inexperienced batting captains, not Mick, I'm not looking at Mick, maybe at the start of his career as captain, might have, but because you got it when, later on when he played for quite a bit, he'd also be able to contain himself, emotions. You need the bowler for the rest of the game. But younger captains might show frustration. And that's right at the beginning of a game for a young guy.
Yeah.
You lose the guy. And you lose yourself as the bowler because now, instead of being hero, you essentially are villain. You're losing the game every time he smashes it. And he gets 60 off 40 balls, which is really quick in a game where on the other end, the other guy can't seem to get a run.
Yeah.
So it's your error that's causing your opposition to be ahead of you and ahead in the game. So that was tough. I think it was a good comeback from him. I think it was good from Hardik. And later on in the game to come back, I think he came back and he bowled an over of 5 as his next over.
Got a wicket as well.
Yeah,
right
so
at the end.
It's a very lonely place that where
I played under a few captains that wouldn't have acted like that, I tell you. Not naming any names.
it's not going to be hard to work out.
This is no joy factor question, man. We can work this out. But that was good from him. But again, I think, just a bit of a worry, right, with Hardik not bowling, because Hardik, the bowler, is a huge asset for Gujarat.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's outstanding. I mean, he's an outstanding captain. He obviously is batting nicely, but, I do worry that he can't bowl 4 overs.
Yeah.
Even 2 at the start.
Yeah, I thought he might take the ball, actually. I thought he might take and bowl 2 overs up front. That's what I thought. He'd bowl a couple in the power play and maybe not bowl anymore, but there must be injury. Yeah. Was it last season where we kind of all deliberated on whether he was injured or not, and then it turned out that he was, right? Yeah. I think he might be injured. Yeah. I did see at one point where he fielded the ball on the boundary. They ran 3, and he slid, got up, and instead of throwing it, lobbed it to someone else.
I saw that with the dive at the boundary.
Yeah, and I thought, well, not so sure why he's done that, Yeah. And that's not necessarily shoulder story. It might be a back story. Could be anything, right?
The one thing for sure in cricket is that when a bowler doesn't bowl in T20 cricket, there has to be an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 4 overs. Yeah. And you're not even talking 4. You're talking a 1, a 2 and a 1. Or maybe a 2 and a 2. It's not a massive strain to be able to do that. We've just seen it with Jofra Archer. There was clearly an issue. We were talking about it. They said there's no issue. He's going to be playing. Then all of a sudden he's sent home and he's out of the whole of the Ashes series. So, from where we sit, it's sometimes not easy, but it's quite easy to work out when a bowler's not bowling in T20 cricket. Yeah. He's clearly got a problem.
Could be trouble. Well, for Gujarat, will this total be trouble? Can they knock it over and just kick their feet up for a few days and wait in Ahmedabad for the other teams to fight it out? They only need to get... Oh, by the way, before we do that, big round of applause for Pommie. He got his 4 guests right. Oh. There you go. Well done. You have won our respect, our admiration, and
And
2
a mug.
scoops of vanilla.
And just vanilla.
And a
yes.
scoop of Henderson relish on top of it. What? But they, of course, have in their batting, they've got their impact sub. They've got Vijay Shankar who comes in. Vijay Shankar, very good the other night against RCB. Good partnership with Shubman Gill. Now, when you look at that batting, Michael, you're looking at that and you're saying, they're all in form, right? Everybody there. There's no real hole or question.
I still think the score's just below par, but it's in the game. With 172, you are in the game. With MS Dhoni, I think MS Dhoni, I mean, a number that I would think that he brings to the pipe probably brings 10. So they probably are at 182.
Okay.
Because
fair.
MS Dhoni, the way that he manoeuvres his fielders, the way that he uses his spinners, put that batting lineup so strong.
Yeah.
Shubman Gill, if he comes out and plays, I mean, it's very, very difficult to back, 100, 100, 100. But if he comes out and gets them off to a flyer and just plays beautifully for the first 6 to 8 overs, they could knock the top off this Jake quite quickly. And it'll always come down, as we always know in Chennai, it's about how you play the spin. How they play those spinners in the middle. If they play them nicely, they should have enough to get over the line.
Yeah, but of course for Chennai, the key is Deepak Chahar,
Yes.
who missed a bit of the tournament. And then when he's come in, my God, he's hit his straps, hasn't he?
It was, yeah, he has, and it was just at the right time, and so this game, I think, and whilst you're talking about the middle, Mick, I think it has to be set up quite nicely by Deepak Chahar. So
9 in the power play in the last 4 games.
So in the power play, it's his sole role in the side,
Nice.
right? He turns up in this team to a side that's kind of had a young bowling attack. And when he comes back, what he brings is experience, which is what they needed, because Akash Singh swung it, lefty who swung it, but he's young, right? And I think I was sitting here, not sure who we were with, and I was saying, it probably was a case of going on adrenaline. And you were talking before about how there are captains who kind of do things off the field that benefit the team on the field, and you sometimes don't know what those things are. But Dhoni gave these young bowlers this confidence. And I think we actually spoke to Tushar Deshpande somewhere, I think in Bangalore, when they won that game that they were losing comfortably. They kind of came back at the back end and bowled them out and won by a few runs or whatever. But all these young bowlers have been able to bowl confidently and exhibit their skills where you thought, they don't have the experience, they're just going to go around the park. Instead, what's happened is they've just grown and grown and grown. But they could have been going on adrenaline, not ever thinking they were going to play, and then suddenly they're the main men in the side.
Yeah.
These two guys have been fantastic, and they combine quite nicely at the death.
I mean, Patharana's figures, look at those figures at the back end, that is remarkable.
And just bowling at the end, a lot of it.
It's actually the economy at the bottom that stands out more in all those numbers. I mean, 14 wickets, tremendous, strike rate at 10, average of 12.71, but to be going at under 8.
And majority of the overs are at the end.
Always at the end.
Yeah. Majority of those.
Always at the end. 14, 16, 18, 20. That's when he's bowling. And so the game has to be set up front. If they take wickets up front, like he normally does, Chahar, then, Gill's not there and they're into the middle part and then the spinners come on. And generally that's how it's kind of got to set up. If they bat well up at the top, then Chennai are trying to get back in it with their spinners and needing wickets and so forth. So it could well be fascinating, but that man Gill. That man Gill.
That man Gill. Can we do it? Yeah? Can we do it? Can we do it a second time? Get our score prediction correct. Yeah? That's what we're here for. Yeah. Everything else is just the formality. Should we start with the defending champion or let him go last? We should let him go last.
Yeah, last.
He won last time.
You go first.
Power play prediction.
You go first.
I am saying on 56.
Ooh, 45.
62.
Yeah, see, we've left it. I think he's going to be right again. 62. I feel like Saha's going to come and he's going to jump out and try and destroy everything.
That's game
Gill's
over.
Going to be...
If there is 62, that's game over.
It's not game over.
No?
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's well on the way. It needs to be done. If they don't do that, I don't think they can win.
Yeah, they do the middle over choke really well, Chennai does. The Chennai Chepauk choke is what they will try to do in the middle overs with Jadeja, Tikshana, Moeen Ali. So, and we've told you, he's a very good captain of spin. So I think Gujarat will have to be careful. They could get lulled into a false sense of security. But yeah, it's not going to be easy. So I think you may be in.
You said that last time.
Yeah. And I was right.
Oh, but no, you were right, but you didn't mean to be right.
Of course I did. I don't know why Pommie doesn't believe me when I say, don't beat the guess. But I tell you what, if you get 2 out of 2 right, then all bets are off. You're not responsible.
You get some
People
more
get
ice cream.
violent.
Yeah, I get 3 scoops of
Yeah,
vanilla ice cream.
Double whammy.
With no nuts. All right, we're going to scoot out of here now. Of course, the story is that Gujarat needs to get 173 to win this qualifier and go to Ahmedabad and wait for everyone else to play the final. But Chennai, if they don't make it or make it, everybody goes to Ahmedabad because that's where both of them will play their next game. But can they defend this? It's going to be tight. It's going to be fun. I promise you that it's going to be a banana split Sunday in the second half. It's going to be flavors and scoops and relishes of everything different. We feel like having dessert now. All right, we're going to go do what we do best, eat, and see you. Cricbuzz Combox at the end of the 10th over. Thank you for watching Cricbuzz Live.
जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दो